I think in some ways it's good and in some ways it's bad. Because, like, on one hand, if somebody says a stupid thing or has an opinion that could genuinely hurt other people, they get shut down. They don't get their platform anymore to say those hurtful things and those harmful things, which on that regard, it's good. But I think it can also be bad because somebody could have one bad day and then lose their entire career. And so, I don't know, it really depends on specific scenarios for me.
Oh shit, that's a crazy one. Deplatforming someone isn't right without, being, first judged, being unanimously decided that if someone's bad or proven guilty, deplatforming's wrong. There are ways that cancel culture's been used for good and to get rid of people that needed to be gotten rid of. But as far as YouTubers and stuff go, as far as like celebrities on the internet go, cancel culture, when it's done by kids, which is the majority of social media that, does this cancel culture stuff, that's what's probably done wrong. That's right. It's mob mentality, okay? It's like a gamble, right? Mob mentality is going to work right one time, but work wrong the other. There are people who don't come to mind right now that I can't remember. They obviously, probably didn't do what they did, but they lost. There's like this one guy. I just actually saw him recently on a Pyrocynical video. He's this one Roblox YouTuber that he was covering on his live stream. His Roblox streamer, they're trying to deplatform him and talk about how he did all this stuff when he actually didn't. But this is a company posting out against a man, but unanimously people immediately started jumping to the company's side, right? When this guy didn't do any of this stuff. Same thing with the mob mentality with all these other people. Just like the VRCHAT children problem, there's no solving the, cancel culture. It's not good, but it's not bad. It's just bad if it happens to you and it's not justified.
It's a mess. We can see it right now with Twitter and Kiwi Farms and Kefals. You don't get anywhere. If someone does something bad, they should be known, but shouldn't try to ruin their life over something. It's really stupid in my opinion. Just let people involved take care of it and not just the internet mob, This is a thing that's been kind of going on in my friend group, but everyone can be cancelled if we look to something we said 5 years ago, because what is accepted socially nowadays and what was socially accepted 5-10 years ago is so different. What everyone also grows as a person. What someone did 5 years ago might not be relevant at all anymore. There's this artist that I used to listen to. She once released an album a decade ago with some racist text, and nowadays she was an activist. She donated all her money from her music to charity and such. It's a whole different person, but she still got canceled about one album title. It makes no sense to me, More
of those worldly topics. That's more coming to politics, right? You gotta, what's bothering you right now in the world? What candidate can fix that in the way that you want to see it fixed? Canceling doesn't do anything. It really doesn't. All it does is you're closing yourself off from the other opinions. Like me, right? I just said I'm more right-sided, right? I'm a little bit more conservative. But I still go on CNN. I still go look at all these medias. Yeah, it's a shame too now, because it's where it's left versus right now, and that's not the way it should be. It's the whole point is where you want to. Both sides are trying to make either a better country, better economy, or whatever, right? And now it's just, if I'm a Democrat in Congress or Senate or whatever, I'm gonna fight as hard as I can to get the Republicans to not pass their bill, and vice versa. It goes both ways, and it's a shame, man. It's a real shame that people are going against each other instead of, just having different ideas to improve the world, improve the country,
I'm 22. I think it's pretty toxic. I mean, it depends on the situation, but I don't like cancel culture personally. World, treat everyone the way you'd want to be treated. And if you believe that everybody's going to treat you well, they will treat you well. Love yourself, and everyone will love you too.
Only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing.
I don't know. I think sometimes it gets a little overboard with digging into people's past, right? I think everyone's said or have done things that they regret. And especially people that grew up on the internet. We tend to put all of our lives on the internet. And so when people are digging up old stuff on people just to cancel them, I think that's kind of shitty, because people grow and people change.
I don't know. I don't really care. I prefer to stick to positive commentation, not negativity. If I don't like something that someone does, like giving them negative publicity is still like, you know, spreading their influence to other people. Even if you're trying to like shut someone down or like cancel them, you wouldn't have found out about them if like some people didn't like them. So, and anyone that chooses to, I think should probably rethink their values of like what they want their time to be spent on. I would rather find things I like and spend my time doing that and tell other people about things I like than run into something that I don't like and spend hours trying to like get other people to also spend hours of their time to get other people to say bad things about them.
Do you want to play the VR? Would you like my roommate from the dorms to come and complete the interview?
Oh my god! Who's the Charizard? Help!
That's a Rayquaza.
Help! It's Satan! I'm scared he's in my play space! He's in my space! Oh, my bones! Did you guys hear the crack? That was my kneecap. Sorry, I can't.
Little trackers on, it would work.
Look at that! How does it know I'm doing that? That's so cool! Wow!
Man, I just met you and you're already flipping me off. Thank you.
Technology, bro. That's crazy. Man, technology. We've come so far. So, why are they all so very tall? How do I get taller? I feel...
If you want, I can change the different avatar that's shorter. If you'd like to be
short of your own free will?
Hell yeah, it's cool. Being short is fun.
Jesus Christ, can you not run into me? It's very frightening. I haven't figured out quite how to move, so please.
I think lines are really dangerous when it comes to stuff like that. I think freedom of speech is one of the most important things we have. Freedom of the press and stuff like that. I don't think there should be lines drawn when it comes to legal, because that's one of the first steps, right? I am not a big fan of the government, whether it's a Republican or a Democrat, especially federal. I'm more into state government and local government. But no, I don't think there should be a line drawn. I think when it comes to it, if it's something where if something offends you and something you can't really control that offends you, you can have that line personally, and then if somebody drops that line or crosses that line, either separate yourself from them, or that's about it. Separate yourself from them.
Yeah, I think like the biggest thing with cancel culture and stuff like that is like when people are bringing up some of that old stuff, it's like, do you like dig your heels in, or do you like acknowledge that it was shitty and then try to change? But I don't think people should be canceled, right? Like I think people should be given opportunity to change. That being said, I'm all for like canceling people who are actively shitty people. I think it's important to bring it to light, like, hey, we all don't agree with this. Line in the sand, right?
These people are destroying a life. You can't say anything without somebody getting offended.
I actually did a research paper on this a little while ago in college, and it's a phenomenon that has interesting side effects to it, I'd say. It's good if like someone's actually doing some harm and should have their platform taken away, like if they're causing harm. So canceling them is a good way to do that. However, usually it's a quick and easy way to do a lot of negativity towards an idea, a subject, a person, and whether or not it's warranted, I'd argue that it hardly ever is. There are probably better ways to discuss it. Like, people aren't really using their words, usually just screaming at each other. So I don't have a very positive view on it.
It can be extreme, it can be abused, but I feel like the intention of it is pure and they can just make it toxic. I mean, something someone said like 10 years ago, then trying to cancel them over it because they did something recently that you don't agree with. People do digging on people, and I don't agree with that. People change over time, I believe. People evolve. That is not a representation of who they are today,
I'm sorry, I'm in the room with two other people who are also kind of using the index anyway. But yeah, I think that when it gets to like a point where it's like inciting violence, especially when unnecessary, I'm trying to come up with the words, but it's not quite happening as fast as I would like it to. If it's just inciting violence for the sake of violence, or to push your own agenda, or for some selfish reason that isn't for the good of all of us, then I think that that's a really bad thing. That's definitely a line to be drawn. As far as like bad opinions and stuff, that really kind of varies from opinion to opinion.
My overall opinion is I just don't really agree with it. I think everybody's entitled to their own opinions, whether I agree with those opinions or not, I would say I'm pretty, I guess I'm more on the conservative side, kind of in the middle, but both sides have stuff I don't agree with. If, someone says something I don't agree with, we all have the option to not get offended. Offended is a personal choice. A lot of people just forget that. You can always walk away, right? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those things where you're a product of your surroundings, right? So if you want to be a miserable person, surround yourself with miserable people.
I have a question though. Why did you decide to record here in Droopface Hall? Isn't this kind of a unatmospheric place to record anything? It's the randomness.
Hi. Wait. I'm sorry. Can I pet you? I want to pet the spider. Can I pet? You're so cute.
What we can do about it? Oh, I don't know about that. But when it comes to social media, for me, I'm not big into social media. For like Twitter, Facebook, all that. I don't think it really requires any to be changed. You know, the private companies, terms of service, but then it comes to the question when it gets political, you know, if they're being biased, you know, there's complaints about that, you know, either left or right, different platforms. I don't know. I think a lot of people just need to disconnect a little bit. You know, I think a lot of people focus too much. They focus too much on their phones, and they focus too much on what, you know, the TV's telling them, or what Facebook or this person who lives in New York on Twitter. People need to focus more on, you know, their neighbor. You know, what's going on in their community, what's going on with their the family members, you know. Everyone's focused about what's going on, you know. It's good to be informed, but it's also bad to be too informed.
We need to spread more positivity, because everywhere look around us, there's always negativity. You can always think negative, but if you think positive, you will feel better in life. I've gone through dark days, and just like those little kind words from a stranger, they really brighten up someone's day.
Kindness is contagious. When you are kind, you inspire others. Be the spark. Spreading kindness merchandise available now.